Hi friends, it's Jennifer from the Lamb Library, and I'm glad you could join me for story time today. So before we start, I like to start story time by saying hello to all my friends. So can we all sing hello to each other? All right. Hello, my friends. Hello. Hello, my friends. Hello. Hello, my friends at story time. Hello, my friends. Hello. So I hope everyone is having a great day, and I would love for you to leave me a comment to let me know you're watching so I can say hello to all my friends. Today, you might guess from my background, we are going to have a snowy story time. It might not be snowy outside today, but with crazy Pueblo weather, you never know. We could have a snowstorm later today or tomorrow or maybe even this weekend. So are we ready for some snowy stories? Yeah. Let's get ready with our story song. And remember, it's to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. And we'll sing If You're Ready for a Story. Are you ready? If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, a snowy story. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet, stomp, stomp. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet, stomp, stomp. If you're ready for a story, a snowy story. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. Now, since we're talking about snow, if you're ready for a story, say brrr. If you're ready for a story, say brrr. If you're ready for a story, a snowy story. If you're ready for a story, say brrr. Right? If you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, a snowy story. If you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, say shh. If you're ready for a story, say shh. If you're ready for a story, a snowy story. If you're ready for a story, say shh. All right, great job. Now everyone is ready to listen to a story. And our first story is called Pablo in the Snow. And what kind of animal is Pablo? Can you tell? That's right. He's a lamb, just like the name of the library where I work, the Lamb Library. So Pablo in the Snow, and the story was written by Terry Sloat, and the pictures were made by Rosalind Bonnet. And we have Henry Holt and Company Publishers to thank for letting me share the story with you today. So let's see what kind of fun Pablo has in the snow. There he is. It's early in the morning and the sheep are still dreaming. Well, except for Pablo. Pablo is looking out the window, and what does he see? Look, Papa, pieces of the clouds are falling. Papa opens one eye. Oh, those are just snowflakes. Go back to sleep, Pablo. But Pablo is a very young sheep, and he has never seen snow before. What is it for, he wonders. He tiptoes past his papa and his mama to the barn door. The snow feels soft and powdery and fluffy. He takes a few steps, and what does he see? He sees a trail of footprints behind him. Oh, snow is for making a trail, says Pablo. But who has made this trail? What do you think made that trail? Oh, I bet you're right. Let's see. Pablo follows the long tracks and he finds Rabbit pulling a sled. Someone guessed it. Hop on, says Rabbit. Have you ever been sledding? It's a lot of fun. Zip, zoom, swish, swish. They ride through the trees and into the meadow. Snow is for fun, shouts Pablo. He's having a really good time, isn't he? And we see some other animals, the birds and a wolf and the porcupines, maybe? Let's see what he does next. There's lots of fun things to do in the snow. At the bottom of the hill, Pablo finds new tracks to follow. Something sails past Pablo's nose. What is it? Squirrel and Shrew are having a snowball fight. And that's another fun thing to do in the snow, isn't it? Back and forth, the snowballs fly. Snow is for throwing, shouts Pablo, ducking his head. And Pablo finds more tracks. I wonder who made those. Let's see. They lead him to the other side of the meadow where, what's that? Fox is rolling a big snowball. But instead of throwing it, he rolls it bigger and bigger. The snowball grows round and smooth and heavy. Pablo helps Fox roll a second snowball, even bigger than the first, and then a third one that is even bigger. What do you think Fox is going to do with those giant snowballs? With Rabbit's help, they stack the snowballs one on top of the other. Squirrel finds an acorn for the nose. Rabbit places frozen berries into a big smile. See the snowman smile? And Pablo reaches up with two flat, round stones for the eyes. What did they use to make ears for the snowman? That looks like pine cones, doesn't it? And it looks like they use sticks for antlers and for arms. Snow is for making friends, says Pablo. So there are lots of things you can do in the snow. The snow is falling faster down. It's time to go back to my den, says Fox. Squirrel scurries up the tree, and Shrew and Rabbit disappear into their burrows. Everyone is going home, except Pablo. Pablo does not want to leave his snowy friend behind. He looks up at the sky. Thick gray snowflakes fall quickly. And Pablo's friend looks sleepy because the snowflakes are covering his eyes. And Pablo feels sleepy too. He's been playing in the snow all day. Good night, Pablo tells his snow friend. Sleep tight. The snow is deep and wet and cold. I need to go home, thinks Pablo. But when Pablo turns around to follow his tracks home, he looks for his tracks, but they have disappeared. All the new snow has covered them up. Pablo is lost. Oh no. What should you do if you're lost? If you're lost, you should do what Pablo does. Stay right where you are and call for help. And Pablo says, "Bah, bah." Oh, poor Pablo alone in the woods. But listen carefully. Pablo hears something. Through the trees, Pablo hears, "Bah, bah," calling back. Pablo knows those sounds. Who do you think it is? At the edge of the trees, he sees two lumps of snow with legs. They're not really lumps of snow, are they? It is Mama and Papa. And both Mama and Papa give Pablo a big kiss and say, "Bah, bah." They're glad they found him, aren't they? And together they make a trail back to the barn. They shake off all the snow and snuggle up close in the barn in the straw. Snow is for big adventure, thinks Pablo. And he did have a big adventure. He had lots of fun. But snow is also cold. And the barn is warm and dry. And Mama and Papa are warm and cozy. So it might be fun to play all day in the snow, but then it feels good to come in and get all warm and cozy. And then you think he went back out and played in the snow the next day? Probably. So Pablo had a lot of fun in the snow, but he also learned a lesson about making sure to go home on time at night and not be left out all alone. Okay, so one of the things that Pablo had fun doing in the snow was making just we have in our background, a snowman. So we're going to do a rhyme about a little snowman. So we are going to pretend to make our little snowman like this. And what do we usually use for a snowman's nose? We usually use a carrot. So we're going to do his carrot nose like that. And there's going to be a rabbit in our rhyme who's going to hop along like this. So are you ready? So there was a little snowman who had a carrot nose. Along came a rabbit. And what do you suppose? That hungry little rabbit, looking for his lunch, ate the snowman's nose. Nibble, nibble, crunch. Isn't that funny? All right, let's do that one more time. That was nice and short. So there was a little snowman who had a carrot nose. Along came a rabbit, and what do you suppose? That hungry little rabbit, looking for his lunch, ate the snowman's nose. Nibble, nibble, crunch. And we saw lots of pretty snowflakes falling in the snow. So now we are going to do a counting song with snowflakes. And I have some snowflakes on my flannel board today. Can you help me count how many there are? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We are going to do a 10 little snowflake song, and we're going to use our counting fingers. So I'm going to need both hands for 10. So I'm going to sit this back down for now. So let's get our fingers ready, get them all nice and loose. So wiggle, 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 up, down, up, down. Are we ready? All right, we're going to start with 1 little, 2 little, 3 little snowflakes, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little snowflakes, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little snowflakes, 10 little snowflakes fall. They are falling all around us. They are falling all around us. They are falling all around us. Millions of snowflakes fall. Okay, now we're going to count backwards and count down from 10 to 1, and that's a little harder, so we'll go just a little slower. So start with 10. 10 little, 9 little, 8 little snowflakes, 7 little, 6 little, 5 little snowflakes, 4 little, 3 little, 2 little snowflakes, 1 little snowflake falls. All right, great job. Are you ready for another story? Okay, this one is about something that also happened in our first story. A snowball fight. This one is called Snowball Fight, and the story is by Jimmy Fallon, who some of your grown-ups may recognize from Saturday Night Live and talk shows. And the pictures are by Adam Stower. And we have Dutton children's books to thank for giving me permission to share this with you today. So Snowball Fight. Let's see what happens. Up, we see a snowy day. All right, up. He wakes up and they're excited. It's a snow day. School is closed. It's always exciting to have a snow day, isn't it? Snow is white and half my height. So it's so deep, it is half his height. Somewhere out there, there's a snowball fight. A snowball fight. You see the kids outside fighting, and he can't wait to join them. He puts on his long johns, puts on his moon boots, woolly hats, and hand-me-down snowsuits. They're all ready to go outside. No time for breakfast. Already late. Pretend I don't hear when Mom yells, wait. Now, you should listen to your mother, though. The snow fort is ready. Munitions are stored. Look at all the snowballs he has ready. Let's see. Oh, it's way too quiet. Getting bored. Where did everyone go? I spied around, but didn't see. He didn't see the other kids sneaking up on him. 15 snowballs coming at me. Attack! Look at all the snowballs. Snowball fight. Snowball fight. Look, snowballs flying back and forth everywhere. Oh no, out of ammo, trapped in the fort. He has no more snowballs. Enemy approaching. I need support. Are they going to get him? He has no snowballs left. Up. Sneak attack. Plan revealed. Look, his little sister used her tricycle and teacups to build a snowball throwing machine. Use your toboggan as a shield. So they tricked them, didn't they? A snowball fight. Snowball fight. Oh, looks like the fight is over. Everyone is out of snowballs. Run back home and retreat. Now his little sister is throwing snowballs at him. Snow down my back. Ooh, soaking wet feet. PJ's hot cocoa fireside truce. So after playing in the snow, it is nice to come in and have hot cocoa in front of the fire, isn't it? One last snowball for future use. He snuck out and made another snowball and saved it in the freezer. Have you ever done that? When I was a kid, my brothers and I would save snowballs in the freezer because we didn't get a lot of snow where I grew up. So we would try to save them, and we would always try to find the longest icicle and save it in the freezer, but it always got broken. So the end, when do you think he's going to use his snowball? You think he's going to sneak up on his sister or maybe one of his friends? So snowball fights are fun, but remember, you should never throw snowballs at someone's face. Okay, and that is the end of our story time for today. And once again, I'm so glad you could join me. So let's end with our goodbye song. So let's wave goodbye to our friends. Story time is over, wave goodbye. Story time is over, wave goodbye. Story time is done, and I hope that you had fun. Story time is over, wave goodbye. All right, and I hope you'll join me next week on Wednesdays at 10:30. And next time we will be reading a story about soup that will keep us warm and cozy after playing in the snow. And remember, grown-ups, we still have all of our digital resources available through the website while we're closed, and our curbside services to pick up materials or kits to go. And don't forget our monthly early literacy kit at the Lamb that has lots of activities that can go along with our virtual story times and other things you can do with your child to support their developing literacy. So goodbye and have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you next week.